What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jacob, also known as PickManagement, here with the Prince of Picks, betting royalty. Both of us back off winning nights. Not a huge winning night, but still in the green because that's what we do for you guys here at the NBA Betting Insiders. But Payam, you gotta let the people know, what is your run currently in the last 3 weeks?
Yep. So 4-3 night. No, sorry, 4-3 night last night, but 75, and 39 over my last 3 weeks. So still
Unreal.
crushing it, man. Crushing it.
Yep.
Absolutely crushing it.
Hitting over 70% across 112 bets is just unreal. He could stop right now and have just a profitable NBA season and live off of it. He usually has his chain on off of a solid night, but maybe it's just tucked in today. But I had a pretty solid night too. I went four. What did I go? I went 4-3-1. But I called that Hawks game dead on. Okongwu, I had over 22 and a half points, rebounds, assists, crushed it. He did it basically with his points. And then Sixers under 121 and a half team total. They went 121, nailed it. And then the game under 248 finished on 248. So I'm glad that I bought it up a couple points because I would have lost otherwise. That's why I play my numbers and not the book's numbers. Some people are critical of that, but yep, my numbers and system is a little bit better than what I trust other people. So
Yeah, just to chime in real quick. Sorry to interrupt. Just to
yeah.
chime in. If it wasn't for the Charlotte Hornets, I would have been undefeated last night. So lesson learned. I will never, ever take the Hornets on anything ever again. I had false opened them. I believed more in the Bucks sucking than I did in the Hornets sucking even more. And yeah, that killed me. But
sometimes you can be just that bad.
Yeah,
You know what I
my
mean?
God, they are so bad, so bad.
So
Yeah, lesson learned.
yeah, so we are going to get into today's NBA best bets. We do have a bonus episode of the NBA Betting Insiders with me and at Live Joe Bets, also known as Jort or Joe. He was the winner of the Shoot Your Shot contest for the first episode over on Driving the Line. Really great follow, really great guy. He has his own podcast too. It's like Lunchtime in the Lab on YouTube. Give him a follow, but head over there to make sure you get some of his exclusive player props for tonight's game. A couple of tonight's games. So yeah, Payam, well, let's just jump right into this and dig into your best bets for the Saturday NBA slate.
Yeah, definitely. We're gonna let the good times roll here and keep this winning streak going. So first up, we're gonna go to a 7 p.m. Eastern tip, where the Orlando Magic are gonna be hosting the Chicago Bulls. Some trends for this one: Orlando, they're currently 16-7 on the money line at home this season. Meanwhile, the Bulls are just 10-15 on the road. That's both of them straight up. Orlando, they're the number 3 defense at home in terms of points per game. Meanwhile, the Bulls are 25th offensively. So you have a team that struggles to score against one of the top 3 defenses in the league. Orlando, they're also 8th in the league defending the 3-point shot. Meanwhile, the Chicago Bulls are 23rd in shooting a 3. So again, a team that doesn't like to shoot a lot of threes. They don't shoot at a very good clip. Orlando, they're fairly decent, above average, top 10, top 8 actually, in defending the 3-point shot in terms of 3-point percentage. Another stat here, we got Orlando, 8-3 8-3 ATS as a home favorite. Meanwhile, the Bulls are just 7-10 ATS as a road dog. And in their last 2 matchups earlier in this season, the Chicago Bulls team totals were 94 and 97. And those were both in Chicago. This one's going to be in Orlando. So, the Bulls, they struggle with their Orlando team already twice during the season, both games at home. And in both of those games, Kobe White, who's been on a tear as of lately, he averaged just 4.5 points. In both those games, he had 4 points and 5 points. And he also shot just 1 for 8 combined from the 3-point line in both of those games. So he really, really struggled against this Orlando Magic defense. And Orlando, they're also the 7th ranked defense against opposing guards this season. So a lot of stats lining up here for Orlando. What do I got here? I got 4 bets that I'm going to do for this game here. I'm on Orlando, minus 4.5 at minus 110. I'm all over that one. I think Orlando wins this one comfortably. I'm also going to be on Chicago, team total under 107.5. Again, they scored 94 and 97 in Chicago in the first 2 matchups. Under 107.5, that's a steal for me. I'm also going to be taking Kobe White under 3.5 threes. Remember, 1 of 8 combined from 3-point in the first 2 games. So getting under 3.5 at minus 160, I think this is based on his recent trends. But again, Orlando, they're going to bunk all those trends because they're just an elite defensive team. And then I'm also going to be taking Kobe White under 21.5 points. This is actually going to be my 2-unit lock of the day. Again, he made 4 points and 5 points in the first 2 games. 21.5 against a stingy Orlando defense in Orlando. I don't see it. So and I get that at plus money. I think that's great value. So those are going to be my plays for this one. Jacob, do you have any thoughts on this game?
I sure do. It's funny. This is the first game that me and Joe covered, and I had plays for. I'll recap what he had for this one. He had 2 player props. He's on Bonchero assists over 5.5 for this game. So he had a player prop for that one. But I am also on the same side as you. I really like Orlando here. I'm on Orlando -3. I did buy it down a little bit earlier, so it's like -140. Not so bad, but I feel like anything more than a 3, just something is just telling me to take the 3. And my number has it at like 3.5, so pushing it to 4 would be going over my number. But I do have Franz Wagner over 25.5 points and rebounds. In the last 5 games, he's really been nailing it. He's hit this number in a bunch of them. Let me pull this up real fast. Sorry, I closed the page out. Franz Wagner has hit this in 4 out of his last 5. And since returning to full run, he has scored 34. He scored 34 in his last one. And with Chicago, not playing so well defensively, I really think he can put it on him. He may not cover it with his points, but his rebounds is what really is making me feel like this is going to go over, at 25.5. His last few games, 34, 13, 38, and 19. Take that 13 out, but his rebounds, he had 7, 7, 3, and 4. So he, tends to, if he has lower points, tends to have a few more rebounds. And I feel like that's going to help us get over that points and rebounds total. But that's all I have for this game.
Okay, cool. All right, next up, we're going to go to a 7:30 p.m. Eastern tip where the Atlanta Hawks are going to be hosting the Houston Rockets. Some trends for this one. The Rockets have seen the game total go over 238 in 9 of their last 15 games overall. Meanwhile, Hawks games have also seen the total go over 238 in each of their last 9 games in a row. So, again, you have 2 teams here that like to put up numbers. Houston is a middle-of-the-road defensive team on the road. They're middle of the pack here, sitting around 15th, 16th in the league. They're really a Jekyll and Hyde team in terms of their defensive metrics at home versus on the road. But with them being on the road here in Atlanta, I love the game total over 238.5 here at -110. That's going to be my official bet for this game. I'm going to stay away from the lines because I'm a little sketched about who's going to come out on top, who's going to cover what. But that's my bet for this one. Joe, would you have anything for this?
I do. We are on the same side. The line is now 241.5. Okay. So the 238.5 is going to be a little juicy for people. I bought it down to 240. So it wasn't so much. So mine is at -135 for -140 for 240. Honestly, I'm okay at the 241 at this point. For all this, I did a little bit more research after looking at this. Atlanta has just let up so many points in the last few games. It is just unreal. Over has hit in 5 out of the last 6 at home and 4 out of the last 5 versus Houston. The over has hit in 7 out of the last 9 overall. I mean, it is just an over machine for Atlanta, and letting up 140. They're letting up in the high 130s and 40s to most teams. And I get Philly; they just took down 121, but Philly has been a dumpster fire lately. And they had a loss to Boston that they only gave up 125. They only gave up 125 to Boston. But before that, 144 to the Clippers, 141 to Golden State, 129 to Phoenix, 138 to the Lakers. They even gave up 126 to Toronto, 143 to Dallas, 134 to Golden State. I mean, this is a lot of points. So I really like the game total over 240 here, and I am also taking Houston +7. The line's now +5, so you would have to pay some juice on this. It would be, I got it even went up again. I got it at -150. It's -165, so maybe don't take it that steep. Honestly, just ride with the 5. I think Houston Rockets. Take it to Atlanta here. Atlanta, I mean, I get that they're both on a back-to-back and Houston's on travel too, but I just think that the pieces are better for the Rockets. And even though they're hot and cold sometimes, I just think Atlanta is just too bad. So I am all over those two. Like I said, Houston +7 and over 240.
Yeah, you know, the funny thing, Atlanta, they're like the November Indiana Pacers, right? Like it was
Right?
like a team like you couldn't bet the under on them. There was just no trends that would suggest to you to bet the under. Like they were just an over machine. That's what Atlanta seems to be like right now. Like they've regressed defensively to the point where Indiana was. So
For sure.
yeah, anytime you take it over them, you know, you're safe in my opinion. So all right, and then finally for me, we're gonna go to 8:30 p.m. Eastern tip. Where the Phoenix Suns are going to be heading to the Bay to take on the Golden State Warriors. Some trends for this one. Suns games have seen the total go over 240 in 7 of their last 10 overall. Meanwhile, the Warriors games also have seen the total go over 240 in 10 of their last 15 games overall. First 2 matchups here went to 235 and 238. So I'm only asking for 3 more points here to get the total over 240 and a half. And our last trend here, Suns, they're 12-3 in their last 15 on the money line. Meanwhile, the Warriors are just 7-7. So the Suns are one of the hottest teams here currently in the NBA, along with the Clippers and the Cavaliers. I'd say those are probably the 3 hottest teams currently in the league. Meanwhile, the Warriors have been what they've been all season, is inconsistent. So based on those factors, I'm going to take the game total here over 240 and a half. That's at I got that at minus 110. And then I'm also going to take the Suns money line here, minus 115. I think the Suns keep it rolling here. They've got a good vibe going. Beal is probable to play, so I believe all 3 should be playing. I don't know. I know Booker missed the last game. I haven't seen any injury reports on him coming into this game. But if any injuries come out, you know, stay tuned to the socials. That may affect, you know, some plays for this game. I may
I
get
don't see
some
anything.
additional
It
plays.
just says
I don't think there's anything, right?
Yeah, Beal game time
Yeah.
decision.
Yeah, so I heard from a Suns insider here. I'm plugged in with the Suns insider that he's expected to play. So based on that knowledge and my inside information, you know, all 3 play. I like the Suns here to win it outright. You know, the Warriors, you know, they're gonna take the L tonight, and then they're gonna take the L tomorrow night as well. So you know, with the 49ers. They're gonna lose to the Chiefs, so you know they're gonna have to wait until after this weekend for the Bay Area to get a win here. But yeah, that's what I'm on here. Do you have anything for this one?
Not officially, but I do like the Suns a lot. I'm going to give you some reasons why. Suns, 15-5. Oh, wait. Excuse me. Suns, 5-1 straight up the last 6. 6-1 ATS the last 7 against Golden State. 7-1 straight up their last 8 against Golden State. 7-3 straight up last 10 on the road. And yeah, that's it. A lot of, and 5-1 ATS their last 6 overall. So Phoenix, like we said, rolling right now, really becoming looking like that deep playoff run team like that we expected them to be. So I'll tail that Suns with you. I'm not going to make it official, but I'm tailing it. That's all you had though?
Yeah, that's all I got. I'll chime in if you got anything else.
Yeah, I got a couple more. Next, we are going to go. This is a 3:30 tip-off. I hope this gets out in time. We're going to try to rush this out, but I'm going to give it out anyways real quick. I like the Clippers team total over 126.5. This line is just too big for me to take at 16, but if the line is that big, you would usually think that the other team's putting up points is allowing a lot of points. And with the way that the Clippers have been playing and the lack of defense Detroit shows, I think the Clippers could put up about 130-ish here. So I did take that game. And I also took Detroit team total under 110.5. Let me just pull this up real fast. You know, Detroit just has not been playing, you know, on either side of the ball really. And, you know, I get that they put up 125 against the Clippers a while ago. And the Clippers have not been playing the best defense, but they have been able to hold some teams down. And I just think that this is going to be too much for Detroit. And I think that they get almost to 110, but just stay under it. You know what? Looking at these stats again, I'm gonna strike that. I wish I could edit this out, but I'm actually gonna cancel that play, Payam. I don't like that Detroit team total under. Looking at how many points the Clippers have been allowing, I just can't do it this time. But I'm gonna stay on that Clippers team total over 126.
Okay. So
Yeah.
what's funny? What's funny is Jacob has mentioned before that we don't talk about our picks before the show. And I was not going to give these picks out because I wasn't sure if we would give the show would be posted in time. But I did give them out on Twitter. You guys can see, or I don't know if you guys can see. These are my notes here. Maybe it's backwards. I got Clippers team total over 125.5.
Oh,
Almost
all
the
right.
exact same thing as
That's so
Jacob
funny.
here.
Oh, all
So
right.
I'm on the exact same thing here. I'm on
Yeah.
Clippers team total over 125.5. I'm also going to take Clippers. I'm going to lay the points minus 16.5. I think they destroy Detroit here. I do. Detroit on the road. Been on a road trip here on the West Coast. I think they're going to run into a buzzsaw with the Clippers personally. So I'm also going to lay the 16.5. I know it's a huge number, but I just think the Clippers are that much better than Detroit currently. So,
Sure.
but yeah. But otherwise, I'm with you on that. Same
All right.
thought process here. So.
Right on. Next game is going to be what time is this game at? Actually, I think it's up. Oh, here we go. 7 o'clock tip. Wizards versus Sixers. I'm gonna take a dog. You don't ever see me taking a dog. When I'm taking a dog here, I'm
Oh,
taking the
snap.
Wizards on the money line. I got it at 145. It's now down to 135, so I'm not the only one. So I took a unit and I put it on Wizards money line, and then I have another play on Wizards +5. I think they catch. It's now at 4, but I have it at 5, so buy it up a point. But you actually don't even buy it up a point because I think they're going to win outright. But I did take both sides of it just in case. But Sixers on a back-to-back played like shit against the Hawks. Have been playing poorly overall. I think the team is demoralized because they keep losing and they lost Embiid. And I think the Wizards would like nothing more than to get a win against the Sixers here at home. 7 o'clock tip. I think it's a TV game. Yeah, I think Wizards can get it done here.
Dude, it's crazy. I'm literally on the exact same thing with you again. This was a fringe lock for me, but now that you're talking about it, I'm gonna make it an official lock. So I'm
Right.
telling you, 100%.
I
For all the exact same reasons you said, Washington has nothing to lose here. Philadelphia has all the pressure on them, and I do think they're demoralized. I think they're crushed without Embiid. And like I said before, I mean, name a team that is more reliant on one player. I think it's the Sixers. They're so reliant on Embiid. I mean, they are a completely different team without him. And I get it, Maxey didn't play last night. I don't think he's going to be – I would expect on a back-to-back he probably won't play tonight again, which is even more of a reason to take the Wizards. But look, Washington's an NBA team too. They're not going to lose every single game. So you got to pick your spots here where, they have a chance to win. And I'm with you. I think they have every right to compete in this game and even win it on the money line. So I'm with you. I'm going to sprinkle on the money line too on this one.
And Maxey's still a game time decision. Him and Payam
Okay.
both game time decisions for
Okay.
tonight. And
Well,
only Bagley's a game time decision for Washington. Everyone else is healthy.
yeah. Okay. So yeah. No, I don't trust the Sixers without Embiid. Just can't do it.
Yeah, me too. And honestly, if they keep, I might just keep betting against them until they win again. You know what I mean? I think, I heard on another show that it is totally possible for this Sixers team to miss the playoffs if they play like trash the next 4 weeks. And it is totally possible. And I think it's starting to happen. I'm surprised they didn't bring anyone in, on trade deadline.
Buddy Hield.
Oh, right. Oh, duh. Yeah, Buddy Hield is there. But I mean, what is that? I think that is a lateral move, not a vertical move. You know what I mean?
Correct. 100%.
I do love Buddy Hield though. Buddy Hield's my guy.
Same.
I mentioned it on the show yesterday. Buddy Hield is the reason why I made it to the DraftKings winter finale for NBA Fantasy 2 years ago. I used to play a lot of NBA Fantasy, and it was the only time I really watched a full game. My wife and I were at home screaming at the TV, shoot the ball, and he cashed it with like literally 8 seconds left, made one more basket, and I fucking won because of it. Couldn't believe it.
I've been a fan of his ever since he was in college in Oklahoma. I've been watching.
Oh, for sure, yeah,
so,
absolutely.
Yeah, so I've been one of his big. I think he's one of the more underrated scorers in the league. To be honest with you, he can put that ball in the hoop. So
I don't think he played. He's not on the lineup yet for today. I think it's going to be a couple days.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
No. He's not here.
I thought he played last night. I think he played last night. Actually, I'm pretty sure he was in the game last night. I thought I saw a box score for him. We can double check that because for me, it's not going to make a difference in terms of tonight. I mean,
I agree.
I don't think he doesn't
move
the needle for me. Yeah, he doesn't move the needle for me. But I mean, yeah, it's a lateral move. It's not, that's not anywhere near a replacement.
Oh yeah, but he did play.
He played, right? So
yeah, 24 and 6, not bad, but not enough to fucking take down the Hawks here. So if that can't happen with the Hawks, I don't see it happening with the Wizards. So yeah, I'm going to be on that. And then do I have anything else? Yeah, I have one more play. It is a 10 o'clock tip. I am going to be on the Pelicans team total over 115.5 versus the Blazers. They are just, like the other teams that are really bad right now. Portland is just a team you can go in and beat up on. The Pelicans are totally healthy. Zion's not on the injury report, not even a game time decision. He will be playing tonight, which is always a caveat for when I take the Pelicans. But the Pelicans, I get that they haven't put up a ton of numbers, but they've been playing. They played the Lakers and Clippers kind of okay defensively. They beat the Clippers 117-106. They eclipsed this number versus the Lakers. They did it against Toronto. They just missed versus San Antonio and Houston, but Portland is giving up a million points, 128, 120, 119, 130. So, they're giving up points here. And at 115.5, this reminds me a lot of that Knicks play that I forgot to play the other day. So I will not be forgetting this one, and I'll be putting it in right now over 115.5 for the Pelicans.
Yeah, I think this is a good revenge spot for the Pelicans. They lost last night to the Lakers. They blew a first quarter lead. But yeah, I like this revenge spot. If anything, I might take a look at Blazers team total under. Just because Portland is like a bottom 3 offensive team in the league. So Pelicans defensively might be able to shut them down. It might be something I'll take a look at. Stay tuned to the socials. If I make that official, I'll let you guys know. But yeah,
sure, it's at 107.5 right now.
107. Okay, yeah. Let me do a little more research on that, but
sure.
That's just a lead that I have right now. So
yeah, but to recap, do you want to recap your plays? Do you want me to?
Yeah, let me go ahead and I'll go ahead and get into it. So
right,
I got Orlando -4.5. I'm taking on the Bulls. I'm also going to take the Bulls team total under 107.5. I am on Kobe White under 3.5 threes. I'm also on Kobe White under 21.5 points. I will be taking Rockets Hawks game total over 238.5. I'm also going to take Suns Warriors game total over 240.5. And I'm going to take the Suns money line. That's going to do it for me.
I am going to take crap. I just lost the page. I'm on the Clippers team total over 126.5. Orlando -3. Franz Wagner over 25.5 points and rebounds. Washington +5. Washington on the money line. Houston +7. Houston, Atlanta over 240, and the Pelicans team total over 115.5.
Payam, you know what? Let me go ahead and add my few puts here that I wasn't sure if we would get it on the show because
okay, it may or not be, but for record keeping sake,
just for record keeping to make it more official. Let me go ahead and add these. So I'm also going to take the Clippers -16.5. I'm also going to be on the Clippers team total over 125.5.
You went 16 or 16.5?
16.5, because I always try to take halves so I don't get any pushes. I just prefer wins on this show. So
gotcha. All right, 125.5.
Yep, and then Clippers -16.5, and then I'm also I didn't cover this one yet, but I'm also going to take the Thunder Mavs game total over 242. I think we see a lot of points in that one. And I'm also going to take SGA Shai Gilgeous-Alexander over 31.5 points in that game. I don't see anyone on Dallas who's going to be able to slow them down. So those are going to be all my plays for tonight.
All right, well, let the people know where they can find you.
Yep, and then you guys can also follow me on TikTok and X at PrinceofPix10. Make sure you guys stay connected to the socials, as I will be posting my daily NBA Moneyline parlay. It's a 2 to 3 game parlay that's going to get you guys to +100 value or right around there. So that's exclusive to the socials. So the only way you're going to get that is you stay locked into those socials there. So again, TikTok and X at PrinceofPix10.
He also has his own server in the PickManagement Discord family, which is really growing up. We've gotten like a bajillion new members in the last week, which is really great. So if you are in there and you're watching this, thank you. Just to let you guys know, we are going to be doing a big giveaway soon. I can't decide if I'm going to do a signed jersey or signed football or something. So if you guys have any ideas of what you want for a giveaway, let me know in the comments. Otherwise, make sure to follow the Pick Management Podcast Network right here on YouTube. Join the Discord server. The link is below, and you can follow me across all socials at Pick Management. This has been the NBA Betting Insiders. We will see you later. It's simple mathematics. Check it out.